top 6 reasons why melanated men are into the flat earth shit. Number 1, attention. That really goes without saying. Number 2, big words. A lot of the flat earthers, especially albinos classified as white, when they use big words around melanated people, they swoon and their eyes open, and that's all it really takes. Big words. A lot of times are words that they might not know what they mean, so they don't go look it up. Convincing arguments, big words. Number 3, there's no need to fact check. People go along with enough stuff without fact checking, and when they do fact check or someone gives them evidence, they don't seem to mind that they've been lied to. I've covered a lot of these instances in my previous videos where people are lied to, but it's what they want to hear. You know, I used to talk about young Pharaoh a lot with that. Now people are the exact same things that I, and more so YK the Truth, said about him, people are now saying about Donald Trump. When people are lied to by Donald Trump, if they're fans, they don't care. And it's the same with flat earthers. You can show that they're wrong and disprove some of the things, and the followers don't care. It becomes cultish. There's number 4, God. There's also some godly stuff mixed into it. When albinos classified as white talk about God, a lot of times they're very convincing because they'll have more opium, they'll have more cigarettes, they'll have better credit, they'll have the acumen that would give them more authority to make a convincing argument. So when they're talking about God, sometimes, and it's not a majority, but maybe it is. It's kind of close, and it's one of them 50-50 things. Melanated people will put their palms underneath their chin and listen to them attentively, whereas if it was someone else, they would not. Number 5, it's a conspiracy where people classified as white blame other people that are classified as white. Melanated people hear this and they think, well, say they're turning on other albinos, and and that becomes a more convincing. Whereas if they were just working together, if it was just them, if they weren't pointing the finger at, like, the main target is NASA, and we look at NASA, it's like, how much shares do melanated people have in NASA? And then they'll point the finger at Illuminati, and Illuminati is light, and these people have light skin and all that, and it becomes all this convincing stuff, and because they're pointing the fingers at themselves, and the melanated people see that as them being honest, so you already removed the necessity to fact check, and you add some big words. You already have God. The conspiracy that is self-projecting, I guess you would say, self-claiming from the point of view of the other, becomes more legit. It becomes more credible because they're blaming themselves. They're saying, this is evil rich white people are doing this, and like, oh yeah, we can't trust NASA because they would lie. And the Japanese are light-skinned Asians. They have a space program, and all of these airports that are in Africa, those airports are owned by albinos classified as white. And that really isn't even true. Africans own their airports, dark-skinned Africans, whatever. But again, no need to fact check, so there you go. Number 6 is pride. And I think I see this with everybody. People just want to be right. And they'll just go along, I'm right, and you bring evidence onto them and hurts their feelings. So Those are the 6 reasons why melanated people are into the flat earth shit. Attention, big words, no need to fact check, mix in some God, you gotta have some God. And it's a conspiracy where people classified as white playing other people who are classified as white. Then you have the pride. Because I gotta say, I'm not a genius. I'm not a mathematician. And I've listened to the arguments. It's not a good argument. The flat earth argument is weak. And I don't know why I even entertained it, other than the people that I originally listened to were making passionate, detailed arguments, somewhat scientific arguments. So I said, wow, I was kind of impressed. So I listened to it. And once I started being critical, looking at both sides, maybe I can do a summary one day. But I'm just saying, once I really looked at everything from both sides, I concluded that the flat earth argument is extremely weak. Listen to a few debates, and I gotta say it's extremely weak at its core. It's glossed up finely, but it's so weak. It's such an insane conspiracy, you know. And that's the thing. You got a dude on his deathbed talking about he murdered Bob Marley. Yet year after year, generation after generation, all these people that are in on this conspiracy, nobody wants to confess on their deathbed that they're hiding 6 continents beyond Antarctica. Antarctica. Come on now. It's an insane conspiracy. So that's just one thing. I mean, the other evidence, that's another. But that's it. 42 tribes. You gotta love me. Care what you say, eventually you gotta love me. Blow me a kiss, subscribe, and while nobody's looking, I want you to dance.